You want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. I want. Hear me now. I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out whenever you see me. Don't be wasting my time. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Hear me now. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?
Hi, how are you? What's today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, pussycats. What's new? Did you miss me? It's been a little while. When was I here last? Gosh, I think it's been almost a week. Wednesday. I think last Wednesday was the last time I went live. I do believe. And not only that, and hand on, well, I don't have a Bible, but how about this? How about one of my all-time favorite books? Hand on the Mommy Dearest Bible. I have not watched up until today's Tuesday, I think Sunday. I do believe Sunday was the first day that I partook in some of the happenings going on in the hood, and that's it. And I've been in no chats, and I've only listened to 2 creators over the past, well, it's been 6 days since I was live, so we'll say 4 to 5 days. You know, some of y'all should take a page out of my book because, you know, I've said many times before that I really try to give you the best version of me when I come in here and I sit in this seat. That's what I try to do. I don't come in here when I'm not having a good day so I can, you know, spread that around to you. No, I've just been feeling some type of way about lots of little things. Um, and no, I'm not going to share them because not everything needs to be shared. Um, just like everybody else, we all feel what we feel, whether somebody else thinks it's warranted or not. So as such, and because unlike a lot of people in this particular neighborhood, I don't make all my little gripes and issues and feelings. That doesn't need to be fodder for the YouTube grist mill. And let's face it, okay, in light of a lot of the really vile shit that's going on, I can't compete with that, nor do I want to. Um, but I'd be lying if I said that I felt some type of way. Let's just say that. And I'm like, there's something I hear a lot around these parts, and sometimes people say it right to your face. Sometimes they whisper behind your back. Sometimes they put it in comments, and you've all heard it, and hell, we've all said it. And that is some version or form of the phrase, well, nobody's better than anybody else. I don't know what makes you think you're any better. No, excuse me. I fucking beg to differ. Yeah. And that goes for you too. I certainly hope that for anyone who hears this, that you will never hold yourself in, I was going to say, in the class of some of the most vile people on here. Oh, there's other things I wanted to say, but I'm not going to. So yeah, if contrary to popular belief, I am not a ringmaster in a circus. That distinct honor belongs to people who've been here longer. They do it better, etc. That does not apply to me, and I don't want to be. But just no matter what, don't let anybody tell you that nobody's better than anybody else. Well, really? Maybe in some perfect fucking utopia, that might be the case, but this is far from a utopia. This is a ghetto housing project, is what this is. So, yeah, no, sorry. I'm not about to sit here and say that I am in league with some of the most. I mean, there are some of these people, especially a few who might be, the topic of discussion for the last, my God, I guess days at least, possibly longer. If some of those people showed up at my house to mow my fucking yard, I would say, no thanks, I'll do it myself. And just for the record, I've never mowed a yard in my life. And I'm not about to start now. But yeah. And it is that's the thumbnail. And I am gonna say hi in a minute. But that thumbnail, I really don't. I don't have. Oh, I've got plenty of words. Trust me. That is not an affliction I suffer with. Is not having the words. Oh, I've got the words, and trust and believe that if I let them loose, and this is a large part of the reason I haven't been around, because I know better. And I know that I would be hurting some feelings. If they even have them. That's because, to me, you have to be human, number one. And you have to be at least semi warm blooded to have feelings and such. Um, and I don't think that applies to some of the current events going on. It truly, what is going on right now, folks? It is the lowest. Now, listen, I've been out of math class a long time, but that doesn't mean that I don't remember, some basic math. Fractions being one. I told y'all I'm great at percentages. I can tell you the sale price of something and lickety split in my head, no calculator needed. But to say that what the events of late, and not just of late, but I think this is probably the grimiest shit I've ever seen since I've been watching. To say that this is what in math is known as the lowest common denominator. Yes, these are the scumbags that people like my husband and I and you, whoever pays taxes, this is what we pay taxes for, in part. It's for the low-life, illiterate, scumbag, deplorable. Sorry, I hate using any word that Hillary Clinton is known for because I cannot stand that bitch. But not sorry, it fits. Yeah, all the things, all those adjectives. Yeah, that's the lowest common denominator. That's those are the ones in society that contribute nothing except nothing. Negativity. They suck off the public tit for, oh, I'm sorry, I meant to say teat. Yeah, that too. They suck off the public teat for probably their entire lives. And then we just have this, generational cycle of, quite unfortunately, a lot of people, some people never get they drew the short straw at birth. They were dealt a bad hand at birth. But that doesn't mean that you cannot rise above and leave it behind. You very much can. However, it's incredibly difficult. And when you have no example of how to be even a decent human, just decent, well, you got to have a really strong, burning desire within you to overcome that, to leave that behind. And listen, I know of what I speak, not because of me personally, thank God, but I have known several people in my life, a few of which I'm still very close to, that did just that very thing. They were not dealt a fair hand. From the moment they drew their first breath, they were at a disadvantage because of what they came from. And then what they didn't get or did get growing up. I have seen cats and dogs have more paternal instinct than some of these degenerate shitbags that inhabit this place. And the reason you haven't seen me around is because I have just, seriously been sitting. It's amazing You know the old expression, sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees or through the trees. It, boy, you get a real clarity of focus when you just sit back from a distance and observe and think. Now, I meant what I said. I have not even been watching until Sunday. I think it was Sunday. And what I listened to Sunday, I believe had been from Saturday. So, but y'all know, just like I've told you before, that we have our little birds, and little birds give you bird seed. And I mean, I actually said at one point, I'm not interested. And, you know, hopefully I didn't come across, that text came to me at a particularly bad time. So I was just really like, I don't care. And let me tell you what I did before. This is exactly what happened when I blew up my first channel. That was Quentin Simon. And I was feeling just like this. So I thought, you know what? I've learned a little bit, I think. And I'm not sorry I did that. Trust me. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like this time I've put the work in, and I feel like I've gotten each sub one at a time, one by one. That is not to say that generous, kind people have not shouted me out. They have. But somebody can shout you out, but have people coming back over and over, that's on your own merits. I mean, at least I feel that way. But and because I was feeling just, I mean, it bothers me. This, oh, it just, it's funny. I've told you guys before, my mother has this, I guess you call it a life philosophy. It's definitely a travel philosophy. She has always maintained that she doesn't stay in hotels that aren't as nice as her own house. And yeah, it is kind of funny. And, yes, lucky her. But it's also, I'd be lying if I said that I haven't used that principle in my life in, all kinds of areas. So just stepping away from the circus and watching, I mean, I can't, just because I wasn't watching it on my couch, y'all know that doesn't mean that I wasn't informed every day at least on what was happening. And to sit back and the first question is always why. And listen, I've made this speech that I'm making right now. I have made this countless times. And that's just because it's how I feel. But I have come to the conclusion that it's, what is that old expression, like, is it a leaf? If a leaf falls in the forest or a tree falls in the forest, do the ripples, let's just say that I don't know a better way to sum it up besides you get a real sharp clarity of focus when you're not in it. You're not participating. You're not partaking. It not only does it tell you what, like the WTF gets real, like, it gets real loud. And not only that, but you also, we know that expression, absence makes the heart grow fonder. I mean, it certainly does in many cases. And I think it also it also shows you some, well, let's just say I think we all tell ourselves things. We believe certain things to be true. But if you're smart, well, let's just say there comes a point when I don't believe what I want to believe. I don't necessarily even believe what people tell me. I believe what people show me. And check and noted. So, the title of this, it wasn't, I used, what did I wish I could, oh, there it is. Okay, I think, all right, so first was an exclamation point for what the fuck? What is wrong with these people? Then the question mark is, what the fuck is wrong with me? What? And then the period in the form that I used it in the title, well, that's an ellipsis. Then we're back to the question mark, then to the exclamation point, and perhaps the most important piece of punctuation in that title would be the comma. Because the comma is, if you're not illiterate and you understand what punctuation is for, and, listen, there's not that many of them, okay? It really should not be that difficult to utilize and understand why we have punctuation, unless you speak in crayon or, pictures like hieroglyphics. I would just say, I hope you draw better than you speak. Well, the comma is just pause and then continue your thought. And then we end with the ellipsis. And the picture, it's just symbolic, that's all. I was going to say, I wish that was my new boat I was showing you. But trust me, I've had boats. I don't give a shit about boats. And even if it was my new boat, I wouldn't show it to you. I don't do that. I know there's a lot of people who are like, she's a bitch. She thinks she's better than everybody else. Well, I know I'm better than a whole lot of people, but not in the respect that I'm sure others would like to assign to me. No, just in the respect of how I treat people that I care about or I like. Better in the respect that, I'm not an absolute bag of shit who's never contributed anything to this fucking world, except, sprinkling the globe with my, let's just see, there's a lot of pools that need some heavy chlorination, gene pools, that is. But no, the one way that typically gets assigned to me is the one way that I do not ever do, nor would I. Um, I don't I bring little things in here for show and tell. Oh, in fact, I have two of them. But I do not, but those are little things that I can walk in here. I don't. If that was my boat, there's no world in which I would say, oh, look, you guys, look what I just got. I don't do shit like that because I think it's tacky. Unless you're in, like, what do they call that? Like you're a lifestyle vlogger, influencer, something like that. Do I think I'm better in the respect that I'm fucking educated past the fifth grade and I can speak fluently and I can write at a middle school level using punctuation? Yes, I do. Shoot me. So yes, the boat was just symbolic of, you decide what it's symbolic of. Oh, there was one I really wanted to use. And I thought, oh God, if I use that shit is going to go like wildfire all over this place. And it'll be. So I was like, no, as funny as it would have been, as clickbaity as it would have been. Oh, it would have. Oh, you know what? Did I hear? Oh my goodness, I heard something so unfortunate. No, never mind. Never mind. Sorry. I'd have to preface it with something else, and that's what I don't want to get into. So, okay. So I think that's it. That's all. For that, moving on. Let's see. I have two show and tell items. Oh wait, should we do the word first? I came in here and I keep the word of the day on my desk, and I was like, damn, I haven't been doing them. And my God, if there's anything this shithole could use, it's a little bit of literacy. So we're doing this in a minute. I'm going to say hi to the kids in class first. Then we're going to do the word. Then we're going to do two show and tells, and then we're going to do some other fun stuff. All right. Oh, do you guys like my Temu earrings? Do you remember these from the, what do you call that? An unboxing? What do they call those? It's something besides unboxing. A haul, a Temu haul. That's on my list of things to do. I'm like, damn bitch, use that credit before that place goes bankrupt. That place is never going bankrupt. Oh, hey, Troy Texan, how are you? All right, y'all, is everybody having crazy weather? Even here, let me look at okay, right now it's pretty pleasant. It's 5 degrees colder in my house than it is outside, which is wild because last night I had a feather bed, 2 of those Barefoot Dreams thin blankets, a pair of giant sweatpants, and like a shearling sweatshirt. I went in my bedroom and I was like, "Ooh, it's chilly in here." When I went to take the dog out, I was like, "What the hell?" I was sweating. I wasn't even back through the damn door, the back door, before I was stripping off layers. I was like, "Okay, this too hot." But in the winter time, why doesn't it work like this in the summer? I'm not kidding you. It is about 5 degrees cooler in my house right now. Let me see what let's see what my weather app says. The temperature at the moment. Whoops. Let me make sure I'm in the right city. Okay, I am. All right. Right now, it's 74 degrees. Oh, and apparently it did get really dark. So I think we're expecting rain. Una memento. And tomorrow, the high is only going to be 52 degrees. And then about 45 that night. And then it looks like the rest of the week were pretty pleasant. But I know, my God, I know the weather has been nuts everywhere. So I hope everybody's okay. Hey, crazy nurse, how are you? Hi, Zen. Zen, did you happen to see that orb, girl? From the last live I did. No, the one before that. This is only my, y'all, this is only my third live back since before Christmas break. So there were two. Zen, you know I don't pay attention to that shit, but these, oh my God, they were so big and bright and going so fast that I saw it behind me on the monitor. We got to do that. That reading, I still want to do that. So give me some, what's today? Tuesday? Maybe just give me some dates that you're good within the next, week or two, and we will make it happen. Hey, Heartland, honey, how are you? Oh, Lisa has words. Lisa's been absent because Lisa had a lot of words that would hurt some feelings if those people had feelings. That's up for debate. But, Lisa knows better than to. Lisa has no interest in being any of the number of idiots that debase themselves on usually a daily basis for the entertainment of YouTube and the internet, which, by the way, I have some doozies I'm going to show you. My God, I said to my husband, you just keep on sending those this way. I'm like, oh no. I know now, and you're going to know in a few minutes. Oh God, let me tell you something. I was pretty sure I was going to be Mrs. Don Johnson when I was in middle school, and that was a Friday night show. Yes, I was in love with Don Johnson. Hey, Camry, how are you? Hi, Rowdy. Hey, Clancy, how you doing? Brittany, how are you? Language of horses. Ooh, crisscross got little snowflakes. So I'm guessing it's cold. Oh, you guys, even Florida cold is humid. It's just damp and icky. Hi, Marcy. I'm the cat whisperer. Those cats run this house. Hey, Nonsense, how are you? Hi, Bo. How are you? I think that's a new name. Welcome. Is that? What is that? What is that picture? Is that like a little, is it a thermometer? Or is that like a shooter from one of the clubs? That was one of my favorite jobs I ever had. I was a shot girl in a nightclub. Oh my God. You would wear this belt, almost like they had those too, but those were really busy nights. Almost like a bandolier, but instead of bullets, it was test tubes of. Oh, that was one of my favorite jobs. Quick, easy money. Hey, Julie, how are you? Hi, Becca. Pink Stripe, good afternoon. Hi, Lori. Busy collecting in the house. Hey, Kathy P. Kathy, how you doing? Are you back to 100%? I hope. Hi, Starry Night. How are you? I think that's a new name. Welcome. Hey, Grandma Sherry. How are you? Hi, Rapper. How you doing? Oh, thank you. You like this? This is actually a sweatshirt. I got this on my vacation from Anthropology. I think it's probably not as pink on camera as it really is. Y'all know I love my pink. I'm all pinked out today. I had on little red and white. I have a really cute knit sweater, but it's like a light knit, perfect for a day like this. And it's got little red roses all over it. And I had that on first, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cute. But then I thought about this because this is, I say sweatshirt, but it's not a heavy sweatshirt, so it's perfect for a day like this. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna wear that while I still have the chance, and I'll wear the other one next time, unless it's too cold. Hey Ellie, how are you? Oh no, nonsense. 2 hours of sleep. Y'all, that happened to me the other night. My God, it was terrible. I was up until 4:30 in the morning. What was I watching? Oh, Das Boot. Oh my God. It, that is a fantastic show. And I'm watching it on my torrent. So I don't know where you can, I think you can get it on Amazon. You can get it on one of the streaming services. And it is in German for the most part, but if you can deal with subtitles, my husband hates subtitles. And not because he can't keep up with them. These are super fast on that show. I don't know why. Well, because it's a torrent, so you don't get to control shit like subtitles, not on that. But my husband hates them because he said it takes away from me watching the movie. All I'm doing is reading the subtitles. But see, I guess because I've watched shit with subtitles for so long that it doesn't bother me. But it is a fantastic show. It's historical fiction. It's all about the U-boat captains and crew, and they make it, well, they have to make us want to watch it. So there's sex, there's probably a little bit of drugs, there's not rock and roll, but there's jazz because that was scandalous at the time, but it really is a good show. But I stayed up until I watched the entire second season in one night. And I guess I started probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I kept looking at my watch going, oh my God, I got to go to sleep. Oh, it's getting later. And then, of course, I said, why? What the hell does it matter? But by 4:30, I was done. I was at a crossroads, I was at a fork in the road. Take it. I was like, okay, well, I'm either going to start season 3 or I'm just going to turn the TV off and go to sleep. That's what I did. And I stayed up all the next day. I thought I'd want to take a nap during the day, which I don't like doing that. It makes me feel like, and I know I'm not alone in this. When you take a nap during the day, I cannot be the only one who wakes up from a daytime nap and feels like I'm under anesthesia. Truly, I don't know what it is with daytime falling asleep, but yeah, I managed to stay up until like 10 or 11 that night, and then I slept I slept again like I was under anesthesia, but this time I didn't feel groggy when I woke up. Hey, Wine, Crime, and Mayhem, how are you? It is. Did you see it? I didn't see it this time. I'll go back and watch. Crazy Nurse sent me something. It was a short from a YouTuber. Really cute guy. I'd not heard of him before, but he said that. Oh, Crazy Nurse, if you want to send it to me, I'll play it again. If you have it handy, I'll play it again. But he basically said, if you see orbs, that could be family and friends that have passed on, just coming to say, hey. For those of you that might be new, I tend to have a lot of orb activity in this. This is my home office, and at first I didn't really buy into it. I would poo-poo it, like, oh, it's a reflection of this, it's blah, blah, blah. I don't know, it may not be. I'm not sure what it is. Hey, literally Davis Spam, how are you? Yeah, Lisa's it I mean, honest to God, I've never seen such a fucking waste of skin. And I mean, I'm sorry. Let me just really tell you how I feel. I how's that? I've still got more thoughts, but I tried to break them up. I didn't vomit it all over you at once. I just drop a nugget here and there. And clearly there's a rather large forum. I guess what I've come to is, and I've always known this, everything I have said thus far is all a Lisa problem. It's a me problem. I don't say any of that because I expect anything to change. No, I know better. So I am very well aware that everything I just said, it's my problem. It is completely my problem. Hey, Queen Bella, how are you? Ding. Is that Publishers Clearinghouse? Is somebody at my door with a giant ass check? Do you have to play to win? That was Florida's lottery slogan at one time. You got to play to win. Fucking lottery. No, I don't. I won't win because I don't play. Hey, Revival, how are you? Hi, Catherine. How are you? I'm so behind. I don't know what phrase. Sorry, y'all. I'm like, blah, 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 just taking my sweet ass time. We don't have a big destination to get to, so just, hang out. That's all I can say. Hi, KB. How you doing? All right, I'm going faster, 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 faster. We're almost there. We're almost there. Hey, Helen Highwater, how are you? Slightly bitter gator, rainy and 70. What the hell? My God, are you in Alaska? Wyoming? Where did I see this morning? I think it might have been, because we always look at when we know there's a lot of cold, like bitter cold. My stepdad lived in Jackson Hole, Wyoming for many years. So we always kind of look and say, oh, what is it in Wyoming? Do you know that it was so cold where he lived that his entire driveway was heated? That's how bitter cold it was. His backyard, what he always says his backyard was Grand Teton National Park. And I don't know where in the park because I think that's a very large national park. Hey, Cocoa Puff, how are you? Oh, 16. Whoo! Burr. Hey, Glow with Glow, how are you? Oh no, your pipes are frozen. Shit. I can't imagine dealing with that kind of stuff. My God. It is a lot of work to live someplace it gets. And I've got relatives all over. Like I've got relatives in Chicago, someplace else too that I'm not even thinking of at the moment that gets bitter cold. Oh, Iowa. Yeah. Hey, London girl, how are you? Hey, Petunia Pickle Butt. I appreciate y'all coming over to. Hey, Clemson girl, how are you? Ripples in time. All right, we're there. Okay, show and tell. Oh, first show and tell. My other one I'm actually going to go run out and get. I only have part of it. These landed on the door before literally my husband brought this in about 10 minutes before I was getting ready to go live. He's like, is this yours? They covered up it was weird. They put that yellow sticker on these kind of Amazon packages, and he had covered up our name and the address. I was like, well, what did they do? Slap that on there? So I don't know. Okay, so I keep a pair of Ray-Ban rose gold aviator sunglasses in my car. That way I don't have to. I've had them a long time. They're scratched, but they're kind of like they're my emergency sunglasses in case because I change my purse a lot. So I just keep that pair in my car so that I always have a pair. Oh, okay. Ripples in Time, aka Fairy Meadows. Okay, well, hi. Hey, Jean, how are you? Jean, have you been here before? If not, welcome. If so, welcome back. All right, so I had a pair of aviators with a pink lens that I loved, and they broke. So, and I bought them on Amazon. They were cheap. Y'all, I have nice sunglasses that I keep all in one place, and I buy usually classic. I like large frames. I mean, I have a few different frames, but that's typically my go-to. So, and I buy pretty classic, colors. I don't buy anything crazy weird. So I've kind of, I don't know, I've kind of gotten over the really expensive sunglass habit. So I saw these on Amazon. They were like a rose gold with a pink mirrored lens. And I liked them, but the pink was not overt like it looked on Amazon. Well, those broke not too long ago. And I finally got around yesterday. I just have a list that I move from day to day to day of shit I need to buy. So I thought, oh, well, I'm already on Amazon. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I need to get those. So, and I think this is a different company. But this time I said, you know what? They offered the lens in, oh God, they had at least 10 colors. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go for purple this time and see if the lens is good. You guys, these glasses, I'm telling you right now, these are sturdier and probably better constructed than the Ray-Ban aviators that I wear. I love the lens color. And there was something else I was going to tell you about these. Okay, these are silver tone. I think they had gold tone, but not in the purple lens. And they are really purple. You guys, these glasses, I think were $12.99. Okay. And when I tell you that they are better, these are sturdier and the construction is better than the Ray-Bans. So if anybody wants these, email me, crimesandfashion@gmail.com. It's in the about section too, in case you forget. And I will send you the link. Nonsense. Girl, you need to remind me. If you think about it, just text me and remind me to do an Amazon, because I know Nonsense has asked me to do that before, to do an Amazon. What is it like? Is it just things that I've bought that I'm recommending to you? Just tell me what it's called and I'll figure it out from there. Okay, now hold on one second. I'm going to go and grab my other show and tell item. I'm going to get rid of the one I have and I will be back. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. My latest obsession. Now, why is that not the right color? Hold on, I need to look at this as if this matters. It does not. Oh, thanks, Crazy Nurse. Okay, hold on. I'm looking for it. There we go. Why is that? That's so weird. I don't understand. I'm trying to figure out why the ambient lighting is not the color oh my God. I just had like a bazillion notifications. No, that's not what I want. Oh, for God's sake. All right, well, I'm not going to waste your time while I dick around with. Oh, wait. There we go. Huh. I don't know why that's not showing. Okay. All right. This is my latest obsession. And when I went to Tennessee, my aunt had one of these. And when we got there that night, we'd been on the road and it was just, hey, AMAC, how are you? AMAC, I saw that your email is in my inbox. I just haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I will today. Anyway, so my aunt, she said, oh, here, I'll make you a cup of coffee in my new cup. And I was like, new cup? What's it do? And of course, I promptly came home. Well, I shouldn't say promptly because it hasn't been that promptly. I just bought it yesterday. Hold on, I gotta put my hair back. But I tried it and I was like, now, damn, where's this been all my life? Now, if you're somebody like me who drinks coffee or tea, whatever you drink, and you drink it all day long, like me, this little thing is a game changer because I drink coffee or tea all day long, and I am constantly microwaving my coffee or tea. Oh, Brittany, that sounds cool. Oh, I would like to see that. Maybe I need one of those. Meet the Ember. This is the Ember. Now, this, I personalized that light right there is supposed to be neon pink. And it shows me in the app that it is, but clearly it is not. So I don't know what that's about, but I'll figure that out because it was pink earlier. Oh, I wonder if it was set for coffee, was set for pink, and then this is tea. So I might have to go in and change it that way. Oh, me too. Ice cold soul, that is. I hate cold coffee though. Isn't that weird? Like I detest iced coffee, cold coffee. I just think it's all gross. But anyway, but I can relate to the soul being. So yeah, this is the 14-ounce Ember. And what this does is it comes with a base that you plug in wherever you want it. If you keep the cup, like if I had the base connected in my office, which I am going to move it in here, but for now I didn't have time. As long as you have the cup connected to the base, the max temperature, what I have it at, I think is 140. It's either 142 or 145. If I had the base in here and I continued to put the cup down on the base every time I took a sip of it, it would stay at a constant, whatever temperature you pick on the app, it will stay at that temperature as long as it's connected to the base. Now, to use it like I'm using it, away from the base, it's guaranteed for 80 minutes. It will stay at, it's either 142 or 145, which is what I have it at the max. And Pink Stripe, it does not come with a lid. You can get a lid. It comes, this is 14 ounce. You can get it 10 ounce. Even this is too small for me, but oh my God, I can't even tell you. It is so perfect. It is the perfect temperature. The 10 ounce guarantees you get more time, but for me, it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, because what I'm getting extra in the heat time, it doesn't matter because I'm going to have to keep refilling it. So, and I want to say it's like 20, 30 minutes more. But yeah, this, you can, there's several things you can personalize within the app, but I tried my aunts and it was at least, I nursed 1 cup for about an hour. Typically, I will burn through a cup of coffee pretty quick because I hate microwaving it all the time. But this, I found that this made me slow down drinking it because I knew it, because it's a nice temperature all the time. Jasmine? Is that Jasmine? Oh my God, I fucking hate that guy so much. If I could punch him in his face. And she is gross too. I mean, she's pretty, but she's gross. You know, I have a Yeti that's, the small one, like the tumbler size. And for me, I don't know what it is. Anything metal with hot in it, I don't know. I just don't care for it. So, but you can buy a lid separate. They have a travel, like tumbler size. And I just saw they're doing baby bottles, which is freaking genius. But yeah, I mean, it's an investment. For me, I can see where I will actually probably save some money in the long run because I will not drink as much coffee. I think I will probably cut my intake of coffee down by at least 2 cups. And it comes in all different colors. Different colors cost more money. I have shitty well water, so that's why I got black. And they have it in rose gold, which was gorgeous, and that's the one I would have picked. But that one was, oh God, it was almost another $50 to get rose gold, and I was like, no, no, not doing that. So yes, there you have it. That's my new toy. Okay, moving on. Yeah, for Cambry, for me, it is good, especially for doing, like, y'all know, no, because I'll pick up my coffee and I'll say, oh God, it's freezing cold. It's gross. And I'm not that person who is going to make y'all sit here while hold on, let me go make some more coffee. Like, I don't, no, I would never do that. Okay. All right. So that's that. All right. Let's see here. There's just a couple of things I wonder. Oh, yes. Let's do the word. What's the word? While we're doing the word, can I pimp a TV show that, oh my God. No, wait a minute. Let's do the word first. I think I had 2 words. Actually, I'm wondering if we already did this. I feel like we might have, but No, because I would have scratched it off. Hold on. Let me look at my other list of words. So I've got more than one. Okay, no, we haven't. Oh, this is perfect. Perfect. All right. Let's hope like hell that we get the girl. Fingers crossed that we get the woman. Because, she's usually much more cooperative than the guy. All right. What's the word for the day, class? Machination. Machination. Machinations.
Machination.
Oh, okay. Machinations.
Machination. Machination. Machination.
And what is machination? Oh, a plot or a scheme? Oh, you don't say. Well, let's just scratch that word right on off our list.
Machination.
Ooh, say it again.
Machination.
Oh, I just love it. One more time.
Machination.
Okay, thank you. I thought there was another one. Oh, I think there's one. There's one more we're going to do, kind of in keeping with this.
Harangue.
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 Harangue?
Harangue.
Hurrah?
Harangue.
Orangutan?
Harangue.
Harangue oh, try saying that. I can't even say it once. Try to harangue an orangutan.
Harangue.
Lengthy and aggressive speech. Okay. All right. That's that. Cross another word off the list. Harangue. All right. 2 down, about 30 more to go. Okay. Got that. We got that. Oh! The last time or two that I went live, I know at least one person asked me what my next, no, wait a minute, was in the comments. Somebody said they wanted me to go to, I think, Dollar General. Does Dollar General sell clothes, you guys? Because somebody wanted me to go to one of the dollar places, and here's what I'm getting at. Well, since the Buc-ee's challenge went over so well, but listen, after I saw that dollar whatever place challenge, I thought, well, the Dollar General probably makes Buc-ee's looks like Saks Fifth Avenue. So it might prove a little more difficult at Dollar General, but I promise I will do it. So I thought, why don't you guys, if you would, in the comments of this video, I mean, you can leave them now, but it would be better on the live. That way they're, I don't have to go back and look specifically for them and go through the chat. And tell me where you think the next Buc-ee's-ish challenge. Hey, Nanya, how are you? Where should it be? Because, I mean, Buc-ee's, if we're being honest, it is like a little, it's just a little elevated, bougier Walmart. With a damn bathroom that is controlled like it is damn air traffic control. The damn FAA. So yeah, you guys let me know. I'm game for pretty much anything. I mean, unless it involves, I'm not doing any bathing suits. There will not be any Victoria's Secret challenge. But anything else, hit me up. Oh yes, Crazy Nurse. My son told me before we even did the Buc-ee's deal that Florida is getting what is billed to be the world's largest Buc-ee's. Of course, my husband said, honey, that means they just add like 10 extra square feet on somewhere, right? And then they get to claim it's the biggest in the world. Because, of course, I'm like, oh my God, it's already huge. How big is it going to be? And he's like, yeah, 10 more square feet, honey. It's just for bragging rights. Oh, okay. So yeah, let me know what you oh, Cracker Barrel. Now shit, that could get interesting because I'm not Holly Hobby. And you know, Cracker Barrel's got some adorable kids things. Do y'all really want to see me wearing like some kind of Holly Hobby sweatshirt with a patchwork quilt applique heart or something? I will do it. I'll do it. So yeah, just oh, Five Below, they have clothes. Do you know I've never been in one of those? Listen, even though it says Five Below, if you buy 500 things, I may as well have gone to, you know. But I think that's a good idea. Target, I feel like, is cheating because Target would be like going to damn Nordstrom almost. Because Target's got some really cute stuff. I mean, so Five Below has clothes. Damn. Oh, you know what else could be interesting? Oh, maybe this would even be more interesting. I've got tons of fabric around my house. Oh, God. Some would probably give my husband PTSD if I brought one of these bolts out. Yeah, that's when we repainted the house, and I was like, I want all new window coverings, you know, window treatments. Just fancy word for curtains. But you know, I wanted them custom done. So we agreed on a fabric that was then printed from one of Spoonflower is where I got it. If anybody's in the market for like 20 yards of oh God, if I bring that shit out of hiding, my husband will have PTSD because we agreed on it and it got here. And I said, well, first I tried to lie and pull it off like I loved it. And then my husband, what did we do? We had one. Here's the only mistake I didn't make. Hey, Wise Angel. I did not take. Oh, do I have stories about this? That I mean, they could go for days, and y'all would be in hysterics. Yeah, the only smart thing I did was decide to have one dining room chair cushion redone in this fabric. It was supposed to be, I ordered so many yards that it came on a bolt. Okay. It wasn't cut. It is on a bolt. The idea was I was going to mix and match because I'm big on like mixing pattern. I don't like matchy. So for instance, if that wallpaper behind me, let's say that was what I was going to do. I wanted to do, you know, my dining room chairs in. I would have used that. And then I would have used at least one more print with it. Now, my husband is like Mr. Brooks Brothers, Mr. Ralph Lauren, preppy classic, like shit like that. He starts getting hives just looking. But he pretty much leaves me to my devices in the house. But he does have an opinion, okay? It's just an unwritten thing. Like, I let him think that he's got a lot of say, and he lets me think that I have more than I do. But so I said, well, let me go, because it was kind of a process. And the seamstress, what I would do is I would order fabric that was for certain things, and then I would go take it to the seamstress, and then I'd order more shit for other things. And then when I'd go back to pick up one, I would bring another and say, okay, try this. So I said, okay, well, when I go pick up blah, blah, whatever it was, I'm going to take one of the cushions because we know for sure we're doing one in this fabric. I said, so before I get her going on the curtains, I just want to see I want to see this on, one of the cushions. And I hated it. I hated it. And if I hated it, he didn't like it either because it was already outside his comfort zone. It was a really bright purple floral with birds. It sounds horrendous and it really is pretty. It just didn't go with the furniture. Yeah, so I've got oh god, I've got at least 20 yards, probably more, because that was just going to be for that one room. Oh my god, and since we didn't like it, what the hell were we going to do with it? And it was printed for us and they don't take returns. So, yes, I need to find a way to offload that. And in the meantime, I hide it in my shoe closet so that he doesn't see it and just get real irritated about, because that quite literally was just money down the toilet. So where the hell, why did I tell you about that? Oh, I was going to say, I have a lot of fabric. Maybe I could, like, I know I can sew a pillow, not with a zipper. I can sew a pillow. So basically, you're just, taking two pieces of fabric, zipping it 3 sides, and then you leave enough open to shove filling in there and then hand stitch at the end. So when I say I can sew, that's the extent of my sewing. Like, oh, maybe I could make something. We can have a little project runway. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Lisa makes her own outfit. Oh, I used to be mean with a damn hot ass glue gun. I could do a glue gun. We've got a fabric stapler. Oh, this is starting to have some potential here. Wise Angel, I don't even know how to Velcro. But I could probably figure it out. Okay, so I think it would be easier just to buy something though in the beginning. So think about it and come up with Gorilla Glue has fabric glue. Oh my God, do you remember that stupid bitch that put Gorilla Glue in her hair? That was interesting. Okay. So yeah, think about that. And if you can think of some place you want me to go and do like the Bucky's Challenge Part 2, I think that would be fun. I have a TV show recommendation for you. I am way late on this one to the party. Y'all have probably seen it. If not, if you were like me and you only watched the first maybe 20 to 30 minutes of episode 1 and you said, oh, fuck, no, this is fucking stupid. Next. Well, I have changed my tune, and that would be Servant. I'm really digging it. It's Apple, but it's been out long enough that I believe you can get it on. Don't they all just kind of do a la carte from this one, that one, the other one? Whatever service you have, can't you kind of get shows from all different platforms? Just like a la carte? I don't know. But it is a really good show. I really like it. And it took me until about episode 3, and I watch it and I'm like, God, that girl, she is so pretty. Who is she? Who does she remind me of? And all of a sudden it hit me like a bomb. And I said, holy shit, that's Claire from 6 Feet Under. Lauren Ambrose. She plays the lead. Let's just say it's about a married couple that he's a chef, and Gorilla Tape. That's interesting. And she's a reporter, like a news reporter. And let's just say that Yeah, it's interesting. It really is. The first episode is a little like 20 minutes in, you're going to be like, huh? Come again? Don't give up. Because by episode, I think at maybe sooner, but 3 for sure, I was like, oh, oh my God. It's really good. So I highly suggest Servant. And this is a question that is actually coming. I scribbled this down as I was watching that. I thought, that's a good question I'm going to ask because this is a real thing and people actually do this. Okay, so he's like one of these chefs. When I say chef, he's not a chef at the Olive Garden. Okay, he's like, what does he call it? Gastronomy, something, weird shit like foam. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going on the record right now to say foam. Foam is disgusting. Foam belongs in my coffee or my bathtub. It does not belong on a plate that probably costs, $125 for an entree with like lobster foam. No, gross. Y'all want to hear a funny story? Don't let me get too far afield, but I'm going to tell you a hilarious story. Foam related. So a few years ago, when I was a kid, I used to go to the city with my mom all the time. New York City, the only city in the world. And, as I got older, we didn't go as much, but so we went a few years ago and it was me and my mom, my stepdad, my best friend, and my sister-in-law. I'm very lucky. I have very generous parents. And my best friend, she was just standing there when they started talking about it, and that's just who they are. My parents looked at her and said, "Would you like to go with us?" And she was like, "Hell yes." She did not, she didn't even think about it. She was like, "Yes." So it was fantastic. We saw Kinky Boots. They even gave us damn shopping money. But my mother is very much for someone who doesn't give a shit about food, my mother is the embodiment of she eats to live, not the other way around. And she really is like, not like my mom will see somebody order, like she doesn't eat meat. She'll see somebody order and she'll be like, oh God, that's so gross. So for somebody who, and don't get me wrong, my mother does not have an eating disorder. She just doesn't care about it. Sweets. She's kind of like me. She was like her mom. She is a fan of the sweets, not as much as me, but for somebody who's so food aversive, she loves a damn bougie restaurant, and wherever we're going or wherever she's going, she gets, she talks to friends like, oh, you got to go to blah, blah. So she researches restaurants and whatnot. I think mainly because, she likes to drink wine. So, typically a good restaurant will have good hooch. So we go to this restaurant in New York, and I think it was Danielle. I think that's the name of it. Let me see. No, not Nuck. And yes, I did mean Daniel, New York City. Oh, yes, this is it. I'm just going to show you a picture of it. And I have to say, it was very good. Why is it not? Okay, I'll stop that one. I'm going to share this one. Oh, there it is. And I swear I'm getting to the damn point. Okay, so that's the front door, and this is what it looks like. And there's a lovely bar, And like, here's, okay, so this is the kind of shit you get, okay? That, blah, see this right here? Foam, some kind of foam. I hate foam. So that restaurant at the time, I don't know if it's still this way, but when we went, sorry, I dropped my little notebook on the floor. When we went, it was still relatively, what I'm getting at is, I don't know if that's still a hot restaurant or not. I'm sure it is. And he's got other restaurants. Well, at that time, it took several months to get in there. You know, and when you make a reservation, you give them a credit card number. And if you don't show up, they charge your card. I forget how much it is, but it's not cheap. So we go, and I'm looking at the menu, and half of it I'm like, what the fuck is that? And not because I've never been in a restaurant like that, but because I don't eat food like that. Like, I don't know what a balsamic reduction of blah, 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 blah. Served chilled over dry ice, shooting out of a cannon of glitter. I mean, it's so much of this stuff is just like, it's the hype, it's the show. And for people who are really into fine dining and food like that, like they get into all that. I don't give a shit. I'm like, can I have a burger? But so I'm perusing the menu that of course comes to you, you know, it weighs 20 pounds and it's, you know, this big. It was like, could you stand there and hold that for me, please? And perhaps turn the page because, you know, I didn't work out today. So as I'm, you know, perusing this menu, I'm like, and one thing my mother has always, and it's legit, but one of her gripes whenever we'd go out to eat was, well, you know, you're only going to take 2 bites of it and you're not going to eat it. So, you know, after about, I don't know, 20 years of that, she finally got wise and would start to say, now, are you going to eat it? So as I'm looking at the menu, I see something that catches my eye because most of it, truth be told, I'm just like, number one, I don't know what that shit is. And number two, no, I don't want it. But then something catches my eye and I'm like, ooh, I've always wanted to try that. And it was Kobe beef, a fillet, a Kobe beef fillet, 4 ounces, I believe. And of course that was like, it was featured. Well, you could get it any time, but that night they were putting, you know, when you go to a place like that, they're the specials of the night are what most people want because that's something a little special. Foam, always with the foam. So, and always a reduction, usually balsamic of some fucking sort. So everybody's like, oh, what are you going to have? What are you going to have? Blah, blah, blah. I said, you know, I've always wanted to try that Kobe beef. And my mom, she's still looking at the menu and I know what she's going to have. She's either going to have, you know, oh, Dover sole was the other thing and Dover sole is fantastic. And yes, it does come from the cliffs of Dover, which is why it is so expensive. But I look and I'm saying, oh, maybe I'll get the Kobe beef. I've always wanted to try that. And my mom is still on the menu and she's like, no, I'm not kidding. I think it was about $225, maybe $250. And of course, my stepdad, he's like, oh, she can get whatever she wants. And I'm like, so take that. So I did. I said, yep, I'll have the Kobe beef. Now we're getting to the funny part. So it comes. Now, I've had Kobe beef, in a burger. And my burgers, I like smash burger. I like little paper thin. I don't like big. Bleh. So maybe I just didn't notice because the burger was not giant, but I don't just, you always hear about it. Oh, it's a delicacy. It's this, it's that, and blah, blah, blah. So it comes. And it was reminiscent of eating some of my mother's meal, like maybe the two in my entire life that my mother ever attempted to cook. My dad cooked everything or we ate out. Which was one of these. But we'll use this. Pretend this is a napkin. Yeah, Mom, it's really good. So the beef comes and I'm like, well, that's weird. They didn't give me a steak knife. Well, that's because I could have eaten it with a spoon, and I'm not kidding you. It was that soft. It was one of the most foul things. And I'm like, oh, my mom is never going to let me forget this shit if I don't eat every fucking bite of this. Well, as you can imagine, unlike in my house where we have Chinette paper napkins, those are cloth napkins. And in the bougiest of bougie restaurants, this is how you know you are in the bougiest restaurant there is, because when you sit down, depending on what color for ladies, I don't think they usually do it for men, but depending on what color you are wearing that night, if you are wearing a black dress, they will offer you a dark napkin and vice versa. So you don't get lint from the napkin on your outfit. So I'm like, how in the hell am I going to get this disgusting steak into this cloth napkin and not in my mouth? How am I going to do this? Because I can't, where's it going to go? I can't throw it on the floor. Oh, God. Hey, Min Mama, quite naturally, I wanted to share with everyone at the table. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, this is great. Well, God, it is so good. But, God, I'm probably going to want to take some home so I can have some at 6:30 in the morning when we get up for our flight. Oh, my God. It was so gross. So I'm not a fan of the Kobe beef. It was so nasty. It was the texture. It was just, and then we leave and I'm like, I'm starving. Can we go to Johnny Rocket? Oh, it sucked. It sucked. It was not good. It was not good. I personally not a fan of Kobe beef. So I covertly managed to get a few bites into the napkin, and then I would, take a fork full of whatever foam bullshit was on there. Even the salad a la carte, was $28 for fucking ridiculous. The most arugula, the most bitter, nasty. I'm like, I could have gone in my backyard and fucking cut nettles and it would have tasted just as good. So I would take little pieces of things and then, kind of put it back on the fork and hide it underneath something else. And to this day, I think that my mom actually thinks I ate all that steak. Yeah. So that's why did I tell you guys that? There was something we were talking about servant. The dude is a chef. What? Oh, yes. Good thing I wrote it down. All right. So just in restaurants like that, and I would imagine nice sushi restaurants. I don't do sushi. Like, I don't eat bait. But I would imagine in nicer sushi Japanese restaurants, blowfish is a delicacy. And I happened to, be watching this show, and he was making a blowfish dish because he works at home and he makes these crazy foam dishes. What they call it, something gastronomy. I just call it gross, is what I call it. It is still, I gotta say, I'm so far I'm giving very high marks to the Ember. So he makes these crazy dishes, and then he does videos, and a lot of like magazine photo shoot things. So they've got this gorgeous, professional kitchen, and he's making a dish with blowfish. So naturally I started thinking, is there any, because here's the deal with blowfish, and I know this is true, it's not just from the show. There is a neurotoxin that is within I think he said it was the vessels. The reason it costs so much, yes, Helen, it is. There is a neurotoxin within the blowfish's, I think he said vessels. Somewhere within the blowfish. When they fillet the fish, they have to be very, very careful, because if they nick anything, that's what happens. That toxin can be released, and you can, yes, molecular gastronomy. I just call it gross. Give me a Whopper Junior. Hold the tomatoes and the lettuce. That's more my speed. You can keep molecular gastronomy. That I can appreciate the chemistry behind it, but no, I don't want to eat any of that shit. I don't want to eat anything that I cannot pronounce, that I cannot identify. No. So, would you ever eat blowfish? Because yes, if it is butchered improperly, my understanding is, and it's what I've always heard, at the very least, I mean, I've always heard it can kill you. At the very least, it can make you very, 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 very ill. And it is a delicacy. So, Starry Night, I am with you there. There no way in hell. I don't give a damn. I don't care how good it is. Like truffles, okay? Now when I was at the Daniel eating my Kobe beef with a spoon, they did have truffle oil French fries that were fabulous. Now I like truffles. I like truffle oil. However, if you told me there was a possibility that I could die as a result of eating it, I mean, newsflash for anybody who's never worked in the bar or restaurant industry, aside from, well, never mind. Let's just say that you'd be hard pressed to walk into a kitchen anywhere, from McDonald's to Daniel, and not find at the very least half of the kitchen staff and the wait staff stoned to the bone. Okay, it's it's just the reality. People in the restaurant industry party. It's just how it is. I did when I was in it. Of course, I was very young, but that it hasn't changed. So no, I'm not going to eat food that I have to rely on the dude that's stoned to the bone in the kitchen, not, nicking a vessel, or I'm going to die. No, thank you. See, Ellie, you know what I'm talking about. It's true. It's like, I've never, from the beginning of time, okay? People in restaurants party. That's just, restaurants are known for that. And in particularly bougie restaurants like this, like Daniel, and not just really bougie restaurants, but particularly in, some of your more finer dining restaurants, they have, what do they call it? Some places call it chef's meal, staff meal, and they will actually make, before the shift, they will make, the chef makes a version or the exact version of what's on the menu for the night. And they eat in the kitchen together. Yeah, the restaurant service business, service industry, it's a lot of fun. It really is. I highly recommend it to anybody who listen to me. Like kind of like I recommended that Kobe beef. No, I would never recommend that. I had a lot of fun when I was in it, but like I said, that's also what's not good about it is there's a lot of partying that goes on in restaurants, bars. I mean, it just kind of, it's not rocket science. It just all goes hand in hand. So, okay. So, girl, I'm not kidding you. I have, for some reason, all of a sudden now, I used to at least once a week, hit my husband up on the way home, say, honey, will you get me a Happy Meal? Because that's a perfect size for me. That McDonald's Happy Meal is to a hamburger what Bullhorn Betty is to the law. Like McDonald's, what is that thing? I like it, don't get me wrong, and I'm talking about the Happy Meal or just the plain hamburger. And think about it. Not the Big Mac, none of that. Just think about a McDonald's, either hamburger or cheeseburger, and you tell me if that in any way reminds you of a hamburger that you've ever eaten, I don't know, from your backyard, the grill, the skillet. No, it does not. What is it? I don't know, but I liked it. Ate them for years. McDonald's Happy Meal, because that was just perfect for me. I don't eat big, unless it's ice cream or cereal. I don't really eat a lot. But lately, I've been on a Whopper Junior kick. The only reason I kind of broke up with I've always liked the Whopper Junior. Then again, that's also kind of unto itself. And I think it's because they put sugar in the mayonnaise. It's something with the mayonnaise that makes it just makes it, for me anyway. But they switch their fries too much. And if I'm going to get it, I want the whole shebang. I want a burger, fries. I do miss the McFlurry, the Oreo McFlurry. But yeah, I've kind of gone the way of the Whopper lately, because now they're back to normal fries. For a while, they had those what do they call them? They have some term for them, but I hated them. And it's like an egg wash. They would put a coating. They say, I think they call them extra crispy. No, it just makes them weird. Oh yeah, the pink slime. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, it really is not. Fast food is not good, but oh, there's been another award show, you guys. Hell, we haven't even got through the damn Golden Globes, and now we've had the Emmys. Seriously, I went on to the New York Post, not looking for that, but that's what I found. So, Fashion Police definitely need to do more from the Globes and the Emmys. Oh my God, just some of the gowns on the front page of the Post, so much better than anything that we saw at the Globes thus far. Of course, we didn't get too far in, but I have always, this is at least the third time I'm going to put this call out. I want a dude to be the wingman at least once. I want a guy to come in, and you don't have to be all like, oh, I know all about fashion. You don't have to know anything about fashion. If I don't care. I have always wanted to get the male take on some of these red carpet fashions. So if y'all know anybody, or there's any, willing victims in the sound of my voice, please let me know. Okay. Now I have some hilarious clips that my husband comes out in the kitchen and shows me this first one, and I'm like, what? My God, what the hell is that? And he said, oh yeah, I get this shit all the time. And I said, well, hello. You need to start sending that to me. What? Because I'm, let's just say there's a whole internet full of people out there that lend themselves to my useless talent. Hi, Lindsay Cummins. How are you? So let's just look at a few of them, shall we? And I have so much stuff in my inbox that I pulled from the internet to show you guys. Just stuff I wanted to, and we're going to look at some. Oh, how about this? Before I show you these clips, have you guys seen? Hi, Gina Marie. How are you? Have you guys seen Louis Vuitton and Pharrell, who I believe has been, I need to go back, I didn't read it closely. I believe Pharrell has been named head creative director of men's. Now, I don't know if he's doing all of men's, which would be clothing, shoes, leather goods, or just leather goods, or if this is just a temporary collab, but I think he's been named as creative. We can find that out easy enough. Have you seen Pharrell's $1 million Louis Vuitton Speedy handbag? Now, the Speedy, you all know what the Speedy is, you just may not know what it's called. It's the classic. A lot of people refer to it as the doctor bag because that's what it looks like. It looks like an old school doctor's bag. That is not the Speedy. I had a Speedy many, many years ago. My favorite bag in the world to carry, well, I shouldn't say to carry, what I think is the prettiest and what I love to carry the most, hey, Fit and Gerby, is a top handle handbag. Two handles. I typically put it in the crook of my arm. I just think they're very classic. It's very ladylike, but I mean, it's not always practical. And the older I get, the smaller my purse gets. I mean, it's funny. Maybe that's what I should do one day. I'm gonna bring in my biggest bag and my smallest bag. And they all have their purpose, but really, for me, especially because I have sciatic issues and neck and back, blah blah blah, and I'm not willing to give up those, giant high heels. I got to compromise somewhere. But if I know I'm going to be out, sightseeing or shopping, whatever the case is, if I'm going to be out for a while, I carry a very tiny, I can't even fit my phone in it. It's just a little teeny tiny Chloe crossbody, and all it fits is a couple credit cards, a lipstick, keys, and I can fit like a pair of aviator sunglasses in there. But my phone doesn't fit in there. That I, make sure I wear pockets, in my jeans or whatever. But I saw this bag that is $1 million and was like, yeah, I wouldn't buy that if it was $1,000 because it's, wait for it, yellow and white. And I'm going to show it to you, but do you know what I do? Because trust me, this story I've heard many times. If I go someplace where I'm using a cart, I make sure I have a, I think it's best with a top handle, but you can do it with any bag. I put it right where you would put a kid. And I, depending on, how long the little seatbelt thing is, I will wrap it like 2 times at least and just wrap it around both of the, whatever your purse has, whether it's a strap or a handle, and make it so that at least if I've got my back turned, I'm going to make them work to get it out of there. They might go to somebody else because mine, they may get the clasp undone, but it's going to take them a minute to figure out how to unwind it through the handles of the bag. But yeah, unfortunately that happens. So I have a quote that my husband said to me the other day as we were watching, what were we watching? Something on the news. And y'all, it's very rare that I watch any news at all. But like I said, I have not been listening to YouTube. And can I just tell you how, one other thing. I think I wrote this down. Hold on. Did I not? I meant to. I didn't. Okay. Don't let me forget the YouTube thing. But another challenge I was thinking would be fun. Let's see if I can go one day, one 24-hour period without using or consuming one thing that comes from China. And you know why? Because somebody was busting my balls when I did that Temu thing, but they were right. But, I guess that made their day to come in and go, well, you said you're not about blah, 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 whatever it was. Counterfeits. No, I'm not. I'm very not about that. But you're buying stuff from Temu. Do you know blah, 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 blah? I was like, have a nice day. But it did get me thinking. So, I guess mission accomplished. Although I don't think they were trying to get me to think. I think they were just being a dick. But that's okay. World needs dicks too. But I did start thinking about it. Like, oh, y'all. And if you've noticed when I've picked the Ember up, what that means, that red light, that means that it's losing heat. But it did. It got me thinking. I was like, well, damn. And that was my response to that person. I said, well, why don't you try going one day without using anything from China? So I don't know. I think that'd be kind of fun too. But what I was going to say about YouTube, and since I had not been watching YouTube, if you want to know how much YouTube and some of the cretins that inhabit this place have become a part of your daily life, step away from it. And don't listen. For me, honestly, it wasn't as hard for me because I've done this before. When I left the first time, I did this very thing, except in this case, I've only been away 6 days, maybe 5 or 6 days of consuming no content. When I left the first time, it was months, like I think 4. So I kind of knew what to expect. But since we're talking about all these challenges, try this. Because if you're like me, I watched no news. Now, my husband watches all kinds of news. So I know I don't have to. He will, in our daily discussions, if there's anything noteworthy, we talk about it. And then I'll go look at it or whatever. But for me, as well of all of you, I'm certain, to varying degrees, YouTube has taken the place of mainstream media. For me, even streaming services. There's no time. There's only so many hours in the day when you are conscious. And I was very strict about setting some limits. But that was just at night. Like anything after 8 o'clock. No, I don't look. I don't. You can text me, but I'm not going to see it until the morning, chances are. So it was when I'm walking the dog, I got AirPods on, I'm listening to YouTube. Like, because of all the ways we have to take the content with us. I mean, in my car, if I get in my car and I've got YouTube on my phone and it's playing when I get in my car, well, the Bluetooth in the car will just pick it right up and it's coming out the speakers. I'm AirPods when I'm walking the dog, when I'm doing my work around the house. So even though I was not, I would do my live and then maybe I'd go to Queen Bee or she was the main place I went. But there's lots of channels I'd pop in and out, just whoever was live. Even if I wasn't in the chat, well, I was listening. I might not have been participating, but I was listening as I'm doing laundry, as I'm mopping, as I'm going to the grocery store, as I'm shopping. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. If you want to know exactly how much YouTube is taking up time in your life and just how much time you are spending, cut yourself off. And for me, as much as it is, probably for me, even more than the content itself, it's where I'm taken. It's the ability to take all of the content with me. And I did before I was doing it with YouTube, I listened to podcasts. Always. That's all I listened to. And then I'd watch whatever was on Netflix or all the things that we watch and all the things we watch on them. So this, I knew what to expect. And I mean, I would be lying if I said to you that I was not real close one day to just blowing the whole thing up again. But I feel like I've put too much work into doing this. And when I say too much work, I mean whether you like me or not, I make the effort. Okay. I don't come in here in my dirty ass pajamas. I'm always on camera. I don't come in here when I'm not able to be the best version of myself. And I just feel like, but I was close. I was close. So I had, I'm going to say this. And I mean, I'm not being a smartass, and I mean this in 100% sincerity. To anybody that can, number one, survive in this space and either and or grow a channel or make a living or even supplement a living, whether I like them or not. I'm going to give props to anybody who can do it, because you have to be extremely dedicated. You have to give people what they want. And when it happens, you got to get on it. That's a big commitment. It really is. And for me, even more than even more than the time that you're giving to it. Because if it's your job and it's how you earn money, then everybody has to give effort and time and commitment to your job. But most people don't go to a job where they have to be embroiled in a bunch of really scummy drama daily. And just for me personally, when I just, if you think at all that this place is causing you, if you are giving to it more than you should, or you're questioning if you should, because here's the conclusion I've come up to. This place, I mean, since it is like a circus or a carnival, let's just look at it like a Ferris wheel, one that never stops. So all you do, or a dog chasing its tail, all you're doing in this place is you're going from one to the next and one to the next and one to the next. And the song is always the same. Maybe we'll do backwards couple skate. And that's what most people want. And that's okay. I mean, I am not foolish enough to think that not only have I contributed to the circus, I hope I've never been part of the circus, or the subject of the circus, I should say. I've tried very hard. I guess what I'm getting at is you get to a point where it's a risk reward type of situation for all of us. And you have to know, after you're here a while and you get the lay of the land, well, you have to know that eventually, I think what I'm saying is there's really no half measures in this place. You can't really. For a long time, I've tried to straddle. Hey, Michelle, how are you? I've tried to straddle like both, like giving people what they want. And I know what they want. I do. I have said all the time, I've got the recipe. I get it. I very much listen. When I see some of the people that do really well, and I say, why? It's not that. It's not a mystery to me how to do it. The recipe, the process. I mean, of course, this is very much personality. It's all personality driven. But I just have tried to I've tried to do something that you can't do. And I mean, I've done it for as long as I can, but I mean, at some point it's like risk, reward. Well, I'm not here to make money, and I'm not trying to get famous. So why am I even thinking? Because let's face it, there's a lot of fucking unstable people on here. There really are. And I'm not speaking of, that is not directed at anybody. Nothing I've said is directed at any one person, please. And if I liked you in the past, then I still like you. I have had fallings out with several people on here, but you just don't know about it because I don't talk about it. And that has been, and that's not just because I'm such a saint. I mean, I'm not trying to like poke a bear or take the chance that I'm poking a bear. So you just keep it moving. But I just, it is too much. And something my husband said to me, and I don't know why I never thought about it like this, but he's so right. And my husband is one of the smartest men. He is the smartest man I've ever known. He said to me, well, he always says things like this because he's my sounding board, just like whoever your partner or your husband or your wife is your sounding board or your best friend, whatever the case may be. Everybody has that person they go to and they talk about their day. And imagine my poor husband who does not watch any of this shit, never has, but he knows the players. And we were talking and he said, well, he's always said things like this. You do know, because my husband's on YouTube all the time, just not this hood. And he tells me all the time, you do know that that's like the asshole of YouTube, right? You know that is, oh, let's see, he's called it the asshole of YouTube. He's called it the shit stain of YouTube. I mean, I said, I think it's, now we call it something else a little nicer. I was like, well, he said, that is, you're just, you're like in this dark, dank corner. He's like, do you realize how huge this platform is? He says, I listen to you talk and all these things that other people talk about and say and things you talk about in response to what they're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. He said, and do you realize that it is just a speck of YouTube? And it's like, he still can't believe the shit that people do on here. Nor can I. But as we were talking over the weekend that just passed, one of the things he said to me that resonated so much with me, and I'm like, yeah, how come I never put it in those words? He said, honey, everything, he said, it's so dark. And he's right. He said it is nothing but negative, crisis, drama. I'm going to leave out some of the other things he said. But it was the dark. That's what got me. Because of course we all say, oh my God, these people are fucking nut jobs, this, that, they're gross, this one's that one's the other. We all say all of these different things. But for some reason, to hear him who is just completely on the fringes, just hears all this shit secondhand from me. He said, it's so dark. And he's right. And something else he said that really made me think. He said, I've never seen you so like you get so angry about some of these people. And they're nobody to you. Hey, Johnson, how are you? And I mean, he's talking about, let's just say, some of the people I'm not fans of. And that also resonated with me very much, because when I sit back and say to myself, listen, y'all, I'm at a point in my life. If I had been in this when I was in my 20s, that would be a whole different story, because I lived for this kind of shit. So, but at my age, to really to hear that, because my husband is, you will not find someone more average, nor one of my husband's favorite expressions, and it's so true. And to say it in light of what I've been talking about is kind of funny. But something he says a lot is, because, we have some family members that are always, listen, we all have this in our own families. We all have somebody that is just always high drama. They're always embroiled in something. There's always some crisis. Of course, nothing compared to this shit, but you know what I'm saying. So we all have that person, or we've been that person. Yeah, many decades ago. But to sit back and think, that, like, I don't have any of this shit in my real life. So why am I giving so much energy to all this dark, negative shit? And that is me standing up and saying, I have contributed. I have not been an angel. I have said terrible things that I would never say. Do you think if I saw Betty in public, I would duck down the next aisle and leave? Like, I hand to God, I would never, and that goes for anybody. I've never been in a fight in my life. Never. And I don't plan on breaking that record. And I don't care if you have. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm a little itty bitty thing. I mean, I'm 4'11". Unfortunately, this place lends itself quite naturally to my useless talent. And that's not, listen, I'm not taking back any of my feelings. Anybody that I've raked over the coals, trust me, I can promise you, I never did that for no reason. I very much, I have to be passionate about it and connect with it to speak on it. I've never just come in here and run my mouth because, oh, well, I want the views. No, I mean, I'm sorry. It just, I have always had a, I can have a razor sharp tongue and a witty repartee to match. And I have definitely been on this platform and I have punched down. And it is what it is. So I'm not sitting here saying that I have not very much played my part. I absolutely have. But everything has a season, everything. And I mean, when I sit back and I think, oh my God, all the time and the effort for what? Because let's face it, a lot of the people we talk about, I sound like Betty. A lot of people I talked about. Well, they got a lot bigger problems than YouTube. They had problems before YouTube. They're going to have problems after YouTube. And there is not a thing I'm going to say or do that's going to, hey, VKser. Well, they're supposed to be unicorns, but are they unicorns? You know what? They're horses because they have 2 ears. Those damn Chinese, they don't know a unicorn from a horse. These were in my Temu haul. So, and I don't want y'all to read too much into this. Listen, I'm not leaving. I'm just going to try to, here's the thing. I do not have any excuse except laziness to stay embroiled and stuck, basically. In a place that we're doing content. I'm not going to say in a place, doing content. There are an internet full of people and idiots that I can use my useless talent on. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, what I always want to do, what I always hope I do, and the day I can't do it, that is the day I leave, is entertain people. And let me tell you something, entertaining people, you can act the ass clown, the scumbag, the circus clown. You can do all that. You can degrade yourself. Anybody can do that. That is not a talent at all. And to entertain people, to make people laugh, okay? Nothing gasses me up more than if I see you guys laughing, because that's all I really want to do. It's just unfortunate that I have taken the easy route and I have punched down and and trust me, I still think, please don't read anything into this that's not there. I think Betty is a shitbag. I think Betty's time would be much better spent doing some self-reflection, not on live streams for the entertainment of the internet. But I'm not in charge of her. So I'm not sitting up here saying, oh, kumbaya, no, I'm just saying that there is no reason for me to be thinking, just because I started in this neighborhood, that doesn't, listen, it's like when you, and I hope you guys, listen, I didn't expect this many, truly. Oh, nonsense. I had to finish reading. Because at first I'm like, damn, who are you watching? I don't think I'm exactly known for uplifting and kind. No, I do that behind the scenes. I mean, in light of what's going on, like, oh, I don't know, that fucking loser that who just like every day is a new, like, apparently this is a never-ending saga. And hey, whatever, he's disgusting. I wouldn't fucking spit on that dirtbag if he was on fire. And yeah, I mean that. So for me to think that, and I'm not hating on anybody for it. I've consumed plenty of that. Just I couldn't consume it daily. No. I'm pretty sure if we took the IQ score of everyone in this chat and combined it, never mind. Hey, cutie pie, how are you? Hey, blank slate. Hey, Laura, how are you? I'm happy. I thought, oh God, I'm probably going to be talking to like 5 people. And I get it. Like, I'm just not invested. Like that to me, I actually should send that scumbag a thank you letter, because for me, this has been very eye-opening. And it's made me look at some things that I've always known, but just didn't, I don't know. That takes a good old white trash crisis to make your place in the pecking order. Yeah, I guess all I'm saying is this is such a small, and I hope you guys will continue to come and hang out. All I want to do is make you laugh, truly. And listen, I'm not changing who I am. That, because we're getting ready to clown some people that we don't know. I have just been lazy, and I have used people who have, oh God, let's just say a lot of challenges, very significant challenges and issues. And I have used them as an easy vehicle for comedy and content without me having to put a whole lot of effort in anything at all. And when you cannot stand the sound of someone's voice, when it grates on you so badly that like it provokes a visceral reaction, yeah, it's time to there's just so many other things I want to do on here. I do not want to, and I'm not knocking anybody that does this and that it's how they earn their living. God bless you. I mean, oh my God, I am Betty. What with much better hair. No, never. There's nothing about Betty that you know what I'm saying. But yeah, this has all been very eye-opening to me because there just is a point where I can't just sit back and bitch about it because I'm not trying to change the hood. No, I just have to do different content and and hope that you guys will stay with me. And because all I really want to do is entertain. That's it. So I think we should do that. Who knew? I swear to God, I could not even believe when my husband showed me this shit. I was like, what? All right, hold on. I have to go to the bathroom so bad. Give me 30 seconds. Oh God, I need to stand. Oh my God, speaking of that, I want to show you guys a chair that I want. I'm always like crying about getting a bed sore. All right, so I found this chair on Amazon. I don't even know what was I on Amazon for? Who knows? It could have been anything. It wasn't this. It was definitely not this. Of this I know. But hi Bob, how are you? But let me show you. I'm like, oh yes, it's so pretty. So what do we think of that? And look, it's got like it's almost like when you go to the hairdresser and they push that lever and it I love that. I mean, $170 with free delivery. I mean, it's pretty hard to beat that. And I could actually get, let's see, how much are two of them? Because it's not that much. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, so I don't know. I might get that. I think it might be, see, because I'm just sitting, this director's chair, the seat is just canvas, but then I put that pillow on it, but it only helps to a point. So yeah, I'm thinking about that. As long as it doesn't come from India or where did that rug? The rug came from India. The rug from hell. Um, okay, so we're gonna get rid of that. As my husband and I were talking the other day, he said a quote, and I said, "Oh my God, I love that!" And he's like, "Have you never heard that before?" I said, "I'm sure I have." I said, "But I just didn't remember it." I said, "And who said that quote?" And he said, "Winston Churchill." I'm almost positive. And that is this: if you're not a liberal when you're young, you don't have a heart. If you're not a conservative when you're old, you don't have a brain. I was like, "Oh, hey, Paisley Park, how are you? It was nice to see you." Paisley Park. Paisley Park is an OG from my first channel days. Hey, Bright Light, how you doing? I think it's cute. And I mean, I love the one I have too, but you know what sucks about this chair? It like here, you can see a little bit there. Like in the summertime, it's hot as shit. And you know, I've always got fake tan on and it gets on the canvas. And so I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Okay. Now, my husband, who knew? Oh, Brittany, I see. Okay, Brittany, I'm not going to open that yet because I don't want to. I don't want to lose it, so I'm going to leave it unopened. But thank you for sending that to me. All right, let me see which one this is. Now, what's hilarious is all right, hold on. All right, make sure that's not showing. Let me see which one this is. Okay, these are all from Twitter or X, whatever the hell we call it now. Oh God, not that one, not yet. Okay, he sent me 3 of these. This is horrific. The other 2 are funny. This one is just like, what the hell? I don't do TikTok, you guys. This is the only social media. Oh yeah, this is the one. Okay, this I can't. For God's sake, all right, hold on. I'm getting it all ready. It's full screened. Okay. Oh shit, I can't full screen it until I share it. All right, hold on. Let me just make sure that none of his info is on there. Okay. All right. So my husband shows this to me. And I said, "What the hell is that?" And he said, "Oh, those are those puppy people." I said, "Come again? What the fuck is a puppy people?" And he showed it to me. And I was like, put a 1 in the chat if you have ever heard of puppy people, if you know what that is. I'll tell you what, this world, we are doomed. We are doomed. Okay. I truly I see a civil war coming. I don't think it'll be in my lifetime. Oh God, that's a tragic self-tan accident. That hand is better, but not problem free. This one is tragic. Well, furries. They're a little more interactive than furries, as we're gonna see. Stand by while I show you puppy puppy peoples. Yeah. And the title of this is "We Have Serious Mental Health Crisis in This Country." Yes, we do. All right, get ready. Make sure you can see it. Okay, I'm going to full screen it now. Here we go. Meet puppy people. Let me guess. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to make a prediction that this is, I don't know, maybe in Oregon or Seattle somewhere, possibly. Maybe the great state of California. Sorry, Ellie. And sorry to anybody. Listen, Oregon and Washington State are absolutely, and California are stunning, gorgeous places. But to say that y'all are liberal bastions, and I don't just mean politics. Okay, puppy people.
Come on. No, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, come on, Jenna, go.
My money. Okay, let's just ask the obvious first of all. Why? Number one. Number two, my God, they need knee pads. I mean, they got to be pretty damn dedicated to this. Ma'am, that is a sidewalk. That is concrete. Like, do you have chapped knees? Is this I just need to know if this is is this just a hobby? Do you, are you off your leash? Where's your owner? I don't see leashes. Wait a minute. So the obvious question, I guess, is, tell me what breed of dogs these would be, because this one right here, she's definitely a Chihuahua. This one, she might be like Saint Bernard. I'm not sure. We might need to watch this again.
Come on. No, come on. Let's go.
I think that the girl over here, I am going to predict that when she's not busy being a puppy person, that she is maybe like an anime, some kind of anime enthusiast.
Let's go. Hey, come on, Jenna, go. Let's go. Bad girl. Let's go.
What the fuck is that? What is that? Does she have? I'm not understanding this. Okay, this must be like a sleeve of tattoos. First, I thought she had a t-shirt on under here, but there's nothing over here. What is this situation that looks like tape? And I mean, you can just tell that he is a creepy fucking weirdo just from his shadow, just from the silhouette. I can tell that I hate these people. Can we put them down? That's what I want to know. Can we give them the hot shot? What happens? Do they use the grass when they have to go to the bathroom, or do they shake off their puppy persona and find a bathroom?
Come on. No, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Hey.
Oh, are they both on like invisible leashes? I don't get it. Do we draw the line? Do we think these ladies draw the line at being leashed? Don't y'all have leash laws wherever they live? I mean, because to me, if you're going to do this, you got to go all in, honey. I mean, if you are going to get on your knees on cement and bark like a dog, well, I mean, if it's really going to be believable, I'm going to need to see you on a leash. Okay. Just saying. Yeah, this is so fucking disturbing on so many levels. I like, have y'all ever heard or seen? Okay, the one in the black, this one has a leash. The silver hair, the gray, what is that? Like silver? It's like silver. Oh, Nikki O'Shea, I wish I could tell you. I don't know. Meet the puppy people. Oh, revival. Oh my God. Oh, is this a kink? Is that what this is? And here I just thought they were, mentally disturbed. My bad. I didn't know this was a kink. I thought it was a damn mental illness. Oh God, my bad. Where's Larry Flint when we need him? My God, Larry, he went off to the afterlife too soon. What the hell's a censored kink? What does that mean? Oh my God, I don't know if I like the direction this is heading. My husband showed me that, and I was just like, I'm serious. I looked at him. I said, we're fucking doomed. We are doomed. Society at large is doomed. And my husband said, honey, forget that YouTube shit. I get this all day long. This is what you should be talking about. I don't know whether to thank him or, oh my God. Okay. Oh, yes, Queen Bella, that's a great question. I don't know how you would explain that to kids. I really don't. I think I would say I would grab their hand much tighter, and I would increase my gait dramatically. Slow run as slow and fast as I could run at the same time without myself. Because, how do I know that these dogs have had their rabies shots? I don't, these puppies, puppy peoples. I mean, are they wearing their vaccination collar? How do we know? I mean, truthfully, I think they need to be muzzled. Actually, no, fuck the muzzle. I think we need a shock collar. That's what we need to do. We need to put shock collars on them, bitch. How about we put an invisible fence on you, and then you tell me how dedicated you are to being a puppy people? I mean, because I'm sorry. I am sorry. If you want to do this in the privacy of your own home or at some like puppy people con, if we get enough of these people, do we have puppy people con? That's fine. Like, have at it. Hey, Stitching, how are you? Hi, hippie. I don't care. But this appears to be like, well, we do have that metal fencing there. Do you think is the fencing keeping them in or us out? I don't know. Hey, Ducking Fox. Y'all, I don't get it. I don't get it. If you want to do this in the privacy of someone's home that you are probably meeting off Backpage, that's maybe going to pay you some money. Great. Have fun. Live it up. But because what would you say to your kid? Because yes, they should all wear shock collars and they need to be vaccinated too for rabies. What? I mean, you know how kids are. I can only imagine. Oh, Jesus. What the hell is this? If I can't say it, it's got to be horrific. Agalammatophilia, 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 blah, blah, blah. I'm afraid to ask. I'm sure I don't want to know. And let me guess. I don't know if it's still a thing. Probably not. Mother, my goodness, I know every mother out there. Now, wouldn't you be proud to see your daughter on her hands and knees being walked by somebody that looks like, I'm quite certain, drives a creeper van with a box of rusty puppies? Oh, puppies, no pun intended. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like, do these people not have parents who are alive or who care? I mean, at 53 years old, do you know that, like, I'm still afraid of my mom? Because I know better. I do not care if this was my life. Oh, now here's the real question. I'm so sorry I didn't think of it. Absolutely. They should be. Oh God. I just don't even get it. Who thinks of this, number one? I wonder if it started from a place that now listen, I'm just going to go out on a limb here, and if I had to guess, I would say that this probably came from some kind of dominatrix type of a situation where you're already got we're okay. So yeah, there's that. You're welcome. All right, let's get rid of that one. Oh, we have another one. Another thing that I've never heard of. What did my husband tell me this one was called? All right, apparently this is quite a thing. Let me see. I think it's this one. Oh God, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Okay. I don't know. Some of y'all might have seen this. This isn't, well, what was the other one I was going to ask? Oh, okay. Since I've already got it on my mind, I'm going to ask. Do any of you all, my husband told me this is a thing right now. And I don't remember what the term is. But apparently, there's a lot of very cute, attractive girls, women, I imagine they're quite young, that like to go to the gym. And apparently they wear, let's see, how did my husband put it? A thong and pasties is about the equivalent of how much clothing they're wearing. And and apparently they like to, they've got their phones and they're, instead of working out, or they're doing they're doing as much of a workout as you can do while preening and primping for social media videos. So apparently it's enough of a thing that this dude decided to do a parody of his own. So, hey Muffin Mouse. Hey Love Shack Sarah. Okay. Who told me this? Were we talking about this, or was this somebody in my real life? I think it was somebody in my real life that told me about this story. No. Like, I'm sorry, that is one of the most. Do y'all remember? Have y'all heard this story yet? If not, I'll pull it up because it is absolutely insane. Oh, okay. I'm going to take it that oh, Queen Bella, it might be why your son is going to the gym every day. But apparently it's such a thing that, and so as they're doing all these, and I mean, apparently these are like full-on photo shoots. But here's the good part. Apparently, when the natural thing happens and like every dude in the place is watching for multiple reasons, they get very offended and they call them like gym stalkers or some fucking crazy thing. So, okay, I'll pull the story up. Who told me about this in my real life? Why can't I remember? That's driving me nuts. Oh, I know who it was. It was my aunt. Okay, hold on. I think it was in California. Oh, yes, brought to you by the great state of California. Okay, I think. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did this take place in? Okay, now I'm seeing it's a hoax. And I'm sorry. I apologize, California. For once, it wasn't you guys. Looks like it was Canada. All right. Well, here's the story I heard. I was told, and it was my aunt. She said that there was a child she said California, but it looks like it might have started in Canada. Hey, New Zealand, how are you? But what she said to me was, there's a child who identifies, wait for it, as a cat. And a little, like elementary school. Well, like it matters. And the school provided a litter box for the child to use. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, that was the story. And well, Ellie, I think we might have you beat here today. Today it's I think we're 70 right now, but we're damn close if we're not there. So yeah, that was the story. That was the maybe the urban myth. But honest to God, no, they do not. Wait a minute. No stitching. Nope. I'm telling you. I'll pull it up on. Let's see. Well, from NBC News, a liberal bastion. So take it for what you will. You guys, if I listen to news, I promise you, I listen to all of them. I'll listen to Fox. I'll listen to either CNN or MSNBC. Because I want to, somewhere in the middle is probably the truth. The week before, wait a minute, I missed. All right, this is dated October. What? This is from last year. Why do we have litter boxes in some of them? Wait a minute. This started last year? It's a hoax, apparently. Well, my God, it made it all the way to Knoxville, Tennessee. Apparently, it is an urban myth. How an urban myth about litter boxes in schools became a GOP talking point. But the byline on this is October 14th of 2022, so it can't be that. I don't know. All right. Well, we can't confirm that, but well, now I've got this is a doozy. I actually had to watch this more than once because I didn't know if it was real, but it is. My understanding it is. All right. Next up, let's see what the title of this one is. If there's someone threatening to shoot you, where's the part I can't read? It'd be a good idea not to taunt them. All right. Let me full screen this. Can y'all see it? Yep. Okay. All right. Get ready for this. This will blow your mind.
No. I'm getting ready to blow his goddamn brains out right fucking now.
Oh, and just a little backstory. This is Dad. Pay close attention to Mom behind Dad.
Stop it! Stop it!
Blow my brains out.
Look at her.
You want me to?
Her pants.
No! You want me to?
Like this is nuts.
Stop it!
We're gonna
Shoot me, I guarantee you'll go to jail for life.
Am I the only one who thinks that every person in this scenario sounds like they are under the influence of something?
I'm getting ready to blow his brains out and yours. I'm tired of shit.
You're gonna blow my mom. You're gonna blow my mom's brains out.
Okay, so that must be stepdad. Maybe. I hope.
Put that gun on me again.
You just fucking hit him? Did he hit you?
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God!
Mhm.
You're going to jail.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. Hey, Senorita, how are you? Hey, Stargazer. It's I mean, I don't know anything more. I don't know. I hope the kid lived. I don't know, but I mean, clearly to me, mom and dad both sounded like the one with the gun sounded drunk to me. She, I mean, she can't even keep her pants up. And the kid that got shot, maybe he was asleep. I don't know, but yeah. Oh yeah, no, Helen, it was. It was. You guys want to watch it again? So I don't even know the backstory. All I know is mom, dad or stepdad, and he threatens the kid, and the kid taunts him, and he probably didn't think he was going to get that.
I'm getting ready to blow his goddamn brains out right fucking now.
Blow my brains out.
You want me to? No! You want me to? Stop it!
Shoot me, I guarantee you'll go to jail for life.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I'm tired of shit.
You're gonna blow my mom. You're gonna blow my mom's brains out. Point that gun at me again.
Tell you what,
Did he hit you? Oh my God! You're going to jail.
but no, that guy followed him, and it's like
Get
if
ready to blow
anybody
his
followed.
goddamn brains out right fucking now.
That's enough of that. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? What is wrong with people? Like, honest to God, I don't know what caliber that gun was, but I tell you what, depending on how close he was to him, if that was a small caliber, like a 22, that'd be real bad, real bad. I think I have one more from, okay, I just want to make sure I took that inbox down. Where was the other? Oh, no. Here's one. This really made me feel some type of way. What do you want to see first? You want to see the $1 million? You want to see the $1 million purse, or who I think is up for one of the shittiest moms? I mean, well, I guess I should try and keep it in perspective. I don't know that I could say the shittiest, but I think it's nuts. Where's that bag? No, that's not it. Oh, did you see LeBron James is doing a collab with Louis Vuitton? I think this is I don't think I can play it. It's the trailer. If y'all want to see it, the trailer is on YouTube. All right, where the hell is that bag? I don't want that. Oh, here it is. Oh my God. I don't even get this. Okay. The store, yeah, he shot him all right. Yeah, I thought maybe a 382, whatever. Oh God, if that's a 22 and he shot, oh God, that could be so bad. That's what I'm thinking. It's like, is anybody worrying about calling 911, or are we just worrying about filming it all for posterity? All right, let's look at a $1 million handbag. Now, I will say there are, believe it or not, there are certain bags that are, and they are actually considered investments. And yes, I have tried to talk my husband into that. And actually, my husband follows financial markets and, trends and all of it. And he already knew. But the kind of bags you have to buy to actually consider them an investment and to have the confidence that I'm talking, they're mainly Hermes bags. Chanel, some Chanel, usually like an exotic skin, things like that. But I have never seen $1 million handbag. And I mean, let me just say that I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if you're a billionaire. To spend $1 million on a fucking purse. And believe me, I can justify any purchase in this world. Not that one. I just think it's, I mean, I can get down with thousands. I can get down with, if it's an investment, I can even get down with 20,000 maybe. Maybe a little more. Not for me, but I can see where if you're buying it as an investment, but here's a caveat: when you buy it as an investment, you don't use it. Like it goes and it sits in its special little dust bag home in your probably fingerprint access controlled, climate controlled closet. But and that's mainly because Hermes bags are, it doesn't matter if you can afford one. You don't get, there's a whole like mystique to, it's not, they're not satisfied with just being the most expensive price point. That street cred is not enough. It's not enough to be able to have a product that has, brand recognition. People know when they see it. Oh, well, that's money. Assuming it's real. They're not satisfied with that. They take it a step further, and they consider themselves such a desirable, they are the pinnacle of luxury, and you have to work to buy one of their bags. Like, just because you have the money, that doesn't mean they're going to sell you a bag. They very tightly control the inventory, and they very tightly control who buys it. So just because I know it is hard to believe, but especially if you live in a bigger city or if you travel a lot, there are so many people in the world who have so much money. I mean, it really is mind-blowing. But I don't care how much money you have. $1 million on this handbag I'm going to show. I mean, let me just tell you how I would feel about it. I would be embarrassed to carry it because I would feel like how many, and this is not to say that people, if someone's, and trust me, there will be people who will buy that bag. Now, it'll be especially made for them. They're not just like hanging out all over the shelves, but me personally, even if I had $1 million to buy a bag, I would feel like I would be embarrassed and feel like, oh my God, do you know what people are going to say when they see me? Well, most people would never look at it and think it was $1 million, but just let's say people know how much it costs. That is enough money to make some real meaningful changes, differences in a lot of people's lives. Now, do you know what my husband would say if I said that to him? Honey, trust me. If somebody's carrying $1 million handbag, they've already donated plenty of money. And he's right. Even if for no other reason than tax write-offs. I always am a little Pollyanna in that respect. Like, oh, honey, did you see where so-and-so donated, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, because they'd rather do that than give it to Uncle Sam. And he's right. But I don't want to be that cynical. Hard to believe, but truly, I don't. So I just know for me personally, while yes, I'm assuming if you have laid out $1 million for a handbag, I'm going to assume that you have also spent much in excess of $1 million to change people's lives. But I would still feel like an asshole. That's what I'm getting at. Of course, my husband would say, fuck that, it's your money, you do what you want with it. Okay, so here it is. But don't worry, kids, for those of you that, either don't have $1 million to lay out for a yellow and white crocodile speedy Louis Vuitton handbag, don't worry, we have a cheaper option in the pike, okay? This is from FlexDog. The story behind Pharrell's $1 million Louis Vuitton bag. Would you ever spend $1 million on a bag? And y'all, I'm just reading this for the benefit of people who, I don't think I'm being prayer garden, okay? She always does that. And I was like, why is that illiterate bitch think she needs to read it to us? Like, she needs a literacy seeing eye dog. She thinks she needs to read what's on the screen to us. But somebody very nicely pointed out to me that for people who are, in the bushes maybe and can't look at the screen, they want to hear what's on the screen. Would you ever spend $1 million on a bag? Let's get another look at that bag. I might if Pharrell brought it over to my house. Now that would be a different story. He is a smooth brother, man. I dig Pharrell. I really do. I tell you what, you know what I always think of when I see him? And talk about life-changing money. Do you know that, and I heard this when Oprah interviewed him, the money that he made off of Happy? It's just called Happy, right? It came from one of the animated movies. Do you know he actually cried when he talked to Oprah about, I don't think it was just about the money, only God knows shit, that made me cry. A lot of it, I think, was just how many people because I'm sorry, find me somebody that hears that song and doesn't start. You can't help it. If you can't help it, I don't trust you. Anyway, when I see Pharrell in my head, do you know what I always see? I see him when he came on, it was either the Grammys or the Oscars, and he was wearing the hat. The hat that was, I used to know the name of that hat, what that's called. I cannot think of it anymore, but it's kind of like a cross between Smokey the Bear. All right, now I'm going to have to Google it. Stand by. This is how I picture him. Every once in a while, someone will dress in something that is so iconic and such a standout. It's hard to stand out in fashion because almost everything has been done, and it's usually been done to death. And the celebrities are the ones who set the trends for the most part. So when, and a man no less. So when someone wears something that is so iconic that it is what I see in my mind when I hear his name, you have really accomplished something, whether you give a shit about fashion or not. It's the, God, what would you call it? Like, it's a cross between, I don't know, the Boy Scouts and Smokey Bear. I'm going to open it another window. Of course, it's not going to let me do that. I have to pick another one. Oh, look. No, well, this will work. Oh my God, the ads. Nope, it won't let me. It's Rolling Stone. Oh, let me find another one. That was wrong. Oh, how about GQ? We'll try GQ. They'll let us. Open image, in new tab. Oh, it was Vivienne Westwood. Isn't that interesting? Because Crazy Nurse and I were, oh God, we just drug Vivienne Westwood's gown that somebody wore at the Grammys. It was so atrocious. Or not the Grammys, the Golden Globes. All right. We're going to stop this for a minute, and I'm going to pull this one up. And this is how I always see Pharrell. I mean, that takes some balls to wear that, okay? He is a cross between a Boy Scout leader and Smokey Bear in a really super sexy leather jacket with a crisp white t-shirt and some skinny black jeans. And that is, I mean, that, I admire that very much. Whether you like the hat or not, it takes balls to wear something like that and to wear it. You have to be incredibly confident to rock that. And he is. And I admire that because I would wear that. I would. I've always been that person. Like, you can, you know, it's funny because throughout most of like my later adult life, especially, I have always had people tell me, whether they're family, friends, whatever, oh, you can wear anything. No, I cannot wear anything because I'm short. In fact, there's a lot of things I cannot wear because they just don't look good on me because I'm too short. I don't wear baby doll dresses or tops, even though I like them very much. I look pregnant. And then you put the boobs in, and then that's even more problematic. I can't wear maxi dresses. There's just a lot of things I cannot wear. But I know what I can wear, and I will wear things. What I do wear, here's a better way to put it. I do not wear things that I'm not confident in. And when you are confident, you can get away with a lot, but you have to believe in it. And he definitely believes in it. I mean, I promise you, they're not asking just anybody to come be. We're going to see what he is. I think he's, whether he's head of creative over all men's, or if this is just a guest collab. I don't think it is. Would you ever spend $1 million on a bag? If you just raised an eyebrow, I am Botox to the gods and I raised 2 eyebrows. So that should tell you something. Wondering what on earth could justify such a hefty price tag? You're not the only one. Let's take a closer look at Pharrell's Louis Vuitton Millionaire Speedy Bag, which emerged as one of the most talked about accessories in 2023. Frankly, I don't give a damn if this was $2,000. I would not buy this. I'm not a fan of the Speedy. Actually, I'm very much a fan of the shape. I'm not so much a fan of the function of it for myself. I like to be able to put a purse insert and a divider in my bags, and you can do it in that, but it's just not, they're not deep enough for me. And they come in multiple sizes. It used to be, I think the Speedies go PM, MM, and GM, I believe. I'm not going to read every single bit of this. In addition to his musical achievements, he is also the founder of several fashion brands, such as Billionaire Boys Club and Ice Cream. Blah, blah, blah. Ellipsis. Williams' creative works are widely respected, and he was named the creative director of Louis Vuitton Menswear in February 2023. Okay, so all of menswear, that is a very big appointment. Very big. That is a big deal. I believe, I don't know who his predecessor is, Virgil Abloh at one time, or Virgil Abloh might be creative over women's or a division. I'm not sure. I didn't look ahead of time. He's partnered with Nike. He's done collections for Adidas. Okay, there's Virgil Abloh. Virgil Abloh has his own standalone brand called Off-White. Oh God, those are Air Force Ones. Those will be $1 bajillion. For anybody who's a sneakerhead, this right here, that's absolutely an investment. Actually, that's not a bad looking shoe at all for those Air Force Ones. The shoe I cannot get behind, and I think is one of the fucking ugliest things, is Yeezy. They've gotten a little better, but oh God, okay, these glasses are a miss for sure. I hate them. I absolutely despise those. Those are hideous. Making his debut at Louis Vuitton, Pharrell showed up at Paris Fashion Week, showcasing a piece from his new collection. Carrying a one-of-a-kind bag, he went to a bunch of shows and caught the eyes of many people. Williams is far from a stranger to luxury projects, but this unique Speedy bag called Millionaire takes it to the next level with a shocking cost of $1 million. Yeah. I mean, he's even a dude pulling off carrying a purse. What sets the Millionaire Speedy bag apart from the regular Speedy? Well, that would be about, I'm not going to do higher math since I bungled that so badly the last. Let's get into the specifics of this piece. The Millionaire Speedy bag is fully handmade with soft crocodile leather, features Louis Vuitton's iconic monogram. Well, it damn sure better. What the hell? My God. I mean, I have told women before that spent a fortune on a really ugly, tragic dress, but it was made by, they paid a lot of money for it. It was made by a high-end designer. I've been known to tell them, turn that shit inside out and wear it that way. Because I would want some kind of street cred for like rocking that abomination. So yes, wear it inside out. Everybody will see the label. as well as matching tan accents. Yeah, the tan accents, that is the signature Vachetta leather, which will patina to a dark brownish orange with use. The oils in your skin, the air in the atmosphere turns what they are calling tan accents. The handles that will turn. And of course, though, you're probably not going to carry it. Well, if you can spend $1 million, yeah, you probably will. The handles in the shoulder strap adorned with gold hardware, along with diamond encrusted pendants, make it truly luxurious. Not luxurious enough. The key distinction lies in the choice of material. While regular Speedy bags rock the stiff canvas look, no, I wouldn't say it was stiff. That's why I don't love that bag, because I like a bag with a lot of construction to it. The Speedy to me is too slouchy. Rock the stiff canvas. The crocodile leather is soft to the touch. You also won't find all the shiny accessories in the consumer option. Pharrell has also created a less luxurious version of the Millionaire Speedy bag by exchanging the crocodile leather for a different yet soft leather. Crocodile leather is known to be a challenging material to work with, especially during the dyeing process. That is all very true. And its use in the original bag sparked outrage from PETA. The alternative leather is now the available option for purchase. I don't care. Oh, there's Rihanna. I don't care what they make it in. It's yellow and it's ugly. Not shockingly, when it comes to the Millionaire Speedy bag, isn't available to regular folks. Oh, damn it. I'm going to have to cross that off my shopping list. PJ Tucker shared a screenshot of the Millionaire Speedy product page marked for internal use only, revealing to fans that the bag is purchasable through made-to-order request. That being said, you still need to be considered a VIP to get the bag. Oh, so they're following in Hermes's footsteps, which means it's all about having a connection with either Pharrell or Louis Vuitton. And that is also very much a thing with Hermes. They say that, and I can tell you it's true with Louis Vuitton for the more limited pieces, like special editions and whatnot. Anything that's in demand, like a regular Louis Vuitton, like the just regular monogram print, Speedy. God, I'm trying to think of, the Never Full. Those are like their brand staples, and those are always typically in abundant supply. However, I think we kind of talked about this once before. Depending on where you go, whether you go to a freestanding boutique, whether you go to a boutique within a department store, their numbers and where it's located is what determines how much product they get from the manufacturer. So I can tell you, I have definitely been in Louis Vuitton stores where you would think the people working there are shopping there and not the opposite, because they are not usually the friendliest, and anything that is highly sought after or in demand at the time, you have to have what they call a relationship with a salesperson, because, Joe Schmo salesperson says, okay, well, we're getting, 20 of these bags from corporate, and I'm the top ranking salesperson, and I've got my little, Rolodex of customers, and because I'm the top producer in this store, I want, I get 10 of those. Management says I get 10 of that 20 is allotted to my customers. And then he'll get his little Rolodex out and he'll call whoever his favorite customers are. And who do you think his favorite customers are? Well, they're the ones who he's made the most commission off of. So that's how that works. Hey, Touch Grass, how are you? Well, I'm going to show you what, y'all, I clipped a ton of stuff. Not all this crazy stuff. Hold on. Okay. I clipped a lot of things that are going to be like things that are up and coming, colors. Oh, have y'all seen the Pantone color of the year? I kind of like it. I'm looking. Oh, here we go. Speaking of, well, this is one that doesn't really work very well for me. Certain shades I can do. Okay, meet the Pantone color of the year. For anybody who's not familiar with Pantone, Pantone is, let's say you go to get paint done at Home Depot and or wherever you go. Think of it this way, like in true crime, they talk about the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual. That's so that every provider, when diagnosing someone, if you meet X number of requirements, we can assign this condition to you. And there is a corresponding diagnostic code. Well, Pantone is that way for color. That is how you can take, this to Home Depot and they can take it in their little machine and they can make universal. It's kind of like a recipe for producing color. And every year, Pantone comes out with the color of the year. And that is typically, you will see everything from fashion to jewelry to housewares or home decor, not necessarily, well, housewares do, home decor and whatnot. People ramp up producing things in the Pantone color of the year. This is not my favorite, but there are certain shades of this I can do. So meet Peach Fuzz, Pantone's 2024 color of the year. Now, like this color on the top, I can wear that. Just because I can wear it, that doesn't mean I like it. I love this color on the bottom. And then here's the Pantone number, 13-1023. Soft pink orange hue. That's the tone for 2024. Oh, presenting the opportunity for healing and recalibration. Who knew that a paint swatch, a color swatch could, my God, don't you think you're asking a little much of the damn Pantone Peach Fuzz? I'm like, damn, up to this point, I thought I was just like a drink. Or, the joke of many a burgeoning adolescent boy. Oh, so here's a little more. Oh, wait a minute. They say it. Peach Fuzz is a versatile color that complements all skin tones. I don't know if I agree with that, but it can be tricky to style. That is true. This is kind of limiting. I think that is phenomenal. But see, I look at that and I would call that cantaloupe. Come on. It's tomato, or peach, cantaloupe. And I think that color looks amazing on anybody who's got olive tone-ish skin. Flattering on everyone? No, I beg to differ. If you put that on someone pale, y'all, hold on 1 minute. Okay, sorry. Y'all, that I need to return that phone call. So, oh God, it's been 3 hours and 25 minutes. Damn. All right, you guys, I have in my inbox about 32 more 32 more links. And it's not all this is the direction we're heading, kids. So I hope that you guys will come along for the ride. I would like to pivot and make this channel a place where people will come to just to like laugh, have fun. Hopefully I can entertain you, and there's plenty of places to go for all the drama and everything else. I'm really going to make a conscious effort to step away from that. And there is, my God, there is so much to talk about. And now I need to return that phone call. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me. And please leave me in the comments. Tell me where you want to see me get another outfit from. What, and there wasn't there something else? Oh, the Amazon thing nonsense. Will you email me or text me that at some point whenever you have a chance, so I remember to do that? And I thought there was something else. Oh, if there's something you guys would like to see, that's what I would really love. You guys, if you see crazy shit on the internet you want me to talk about or you want me to play, send it to me. My email is in the about section. And I mean, I'm game for almost anything. Oh, thank you, Rowdy. I appreciate that. And I thank you all so much for coming over and showing some love. Tomorrow I'm going to hang out with a friend, and she and I are having a sleepover. So, because she doesn't live close. So whenever we get together, I just spend the night. So I'll probably be maybe Friday. I don't know. I could come in here on Thursday, but if not Thursday, it'll be Friday. So, all right, kids, you guys have a good night. And I thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I will see you in a few days. All right, pussycats. Have a good night. Bye.